Hello, and welcome back to a mysterious Hooky Hour, where last time we left off, we saw the conclusion, for the most part, of the Beast story, and then we extended our hand into a painted window, and now we're here. I guess we're witnessing another story between Gazelle and Michel. Michael? Any number of those M names that are all very familiar, that all at least have an M and an I and a C and an H and an E and an L. Anyways, right. Oh, not at all. I'd be scared to death staying in this dark mansion all by myself. I'm sorry. No ill will intended. But I do think it could do with some light. That way you could see where you are walking. Very wise words. And I'm sure this room would look splendid illuminated. Not necessary. I make do perfectly well as things are. How can you see when it's so dark? I have an abundance of candles and oil for lamps. I guess now that I'm thinking about it, guess this isn't like the evolution of the white-haired girl? Actually, I don't know. See, Mitchell has the white hair and the red eyes, but like the white-haired girl went unnamed between two other stories that I don't know. I don't know what the game wants me to think as of right now, so think we won't. I have an abundance of candles and oil for lamps. I am not in want of means of creating light. It is not your place to criticize my lifestyle. If you need light, you are free to leave. Dang. You know, Mitchell's just like me, wants to stay in the dark all the time. If you are in need of money, help yourself to some of the furniture. Well, dang, alright. There's a village not far from here. Trade it for food, then make your way to a larger town. There you will get a quest from the king, and he will want you to slay the dragon. I am no longer able to freely return to the city. I cannot go back there. Please, don't chase me out. I see. And do you ask this of me, aware of how people refer to this mansion? No. They say that a witch lives here. Not merely a witch. A cursed witch. If you remain here, you too shall likely suffer your own destruction. You're worried for my well-being? Witch or not, my mind is made up. Which will strike you first, I wonder? Regret or the curse? You seem to be doing just fine. It's only a tale. The witch is real, very much so. It is not a legend nor a fairy tale. The witch is me. The witch's name was Morgana. Okay. What is the name of this game again? I seem to be remembering. Is me. Ah, there it is. Oh, that was it. All right. What was that? Gazelle? Oh my, what is the matter, master? Why are you just standing in place? There's nothing there. The maid did not seem to have seen anything. You made to ask her about the scene you just witnessed. As Everything's turning into the toilet bowl. Master, you look like you've just seen a ghost. What is the matter? It kind of looks like your face is getting swirly down the toilet. How about a little rest before we move on? You do not wish to remain here? Heh, still not fond of mirrors? Yes, yes. Now let us be off. I, too, dearly wish for you to return to your old self as soon as possible, Master. If your desire is to push onward, then I can hardly be happier. Now follow me. You follow the maid's lead, returning to the living room. Hey, there's like a little light at the top. Unless that was always there. From there, you climbed a set of stairs, your hands sliding through the dust that had settled on the ebony railing. When you stepped out of sight of the mirror, the maid returned to normal. You had been on the verge of remembering something, but you were no longer in a position to be concerned about such things. For a chill in the air within the mansion seemed to have intensified. Oh hey, there's some blue light. Standing at one end of the long corridor, you ask the maid. When was the mansion built? Or when was the mansion built? I would imagine you know more about that than me, Master. Yes, I know. You have not yet regained your memories. I was simply teasing you. How would we know? How would we know that? There have like been a secret archive or something that we would know about that the maid doesn't? I have been a servant of this house for many, many years, but the truth is, I do not know everything about it. All I know is that the mansion is cursed, and that it has brought misfortune upon its residents since times of old. I can make conjecture as to when it began, but I believe you should figure it out for yourself, Master. Can you at least give me a hint? There's no guarantee my perspective is the correct one. Now, let us proceed. Proceed we shall. You and the maid travel down the dimly lit corridor. While the layout of the house was the same as in the eras of the flaxen-haired boy and the beast, the bleak, colorless gloom felt incredibly dreary. On the wall, partway down the hall, hung a painting. The painting, which depicted a beautiful landscape, was oddly entrancing, but you did not have time to appreciate the artwork. Your hand in the maid's, you passed by the painting. Before long, a door came into sight at the end of the hall. This door is what I would like to show you next, Master. Listen closely. Do you hear the voices? Lively but rough, energetic but coarse. What lies beyond this door is neither a period of elegance and abundance like the first, nor one of ruin and savagery like the second. Technology and culture had become quite developed. Cameras and photography had been invented. Ooh. It was a time of great progress and many breakthroughs. And for that reason, those who... Excuse me. Excuse me, Master. I apologize. Just had some soda while you were in the painting in the mirror world, and for that reason, those who lived in it were constantly seeking to try new things. The tale I'm about to tell you is one of a man who wagered everything on his ambitions. I hope that what you see, Master, will stir something in your heart. Now, through the door we go. Please, do not let go of my hand. Okay, the maid pushed open the door. Colorful balls bounced atop a long, dark green table. One man, dressed in black and standing by the billiards table, turned toward the door. The room was inundated with eye-watering cigar smoke, causing you to squeeze your eyes shut. Pat, pat, pat. Too much smoke. I don't want that smoke. The third door. 1869. Nice. Alright, I was gearing up for this to be like in the early 1900s, but hey, near the 1870s is cool too. That era was a rat race of innovation and development. Okay. I sure hope this doesn't get like flagged or anything. This almost sounds like it's gonna start like removing the audio from my videos. We'll take that chance though. The smoke was so thick you could hardly see more than a few feet ahead of you. I could compare it to a dense morning fog, but that might give the impression of beauty, and there was little of that to be found in this haze. Do you see the silhouettes of several men in the smoky room? The one in the middle. The one looking in your direction, master, was the present master of the house. Ah, okay. Jacopo! His name was Jacopo, and though he dressed in such fine attire, his voice was shrill. I sincerely doubt he understood how splendid the furnishings left in the mansion truly were. I am a faithful servant of this house, and I would not, for the life of me, dare speak ill of my master. However, this is a time long past. The statutes of limitation are off. I am going to denounce this man. I imagine God would be so kind as to turn a blind eye to a little bit of honesty. I was not terribly fond of my master back then. He had wavy hair the color of over-dried tea leaves, a piercing gaze, an arrogant smile, and he wore a hat that made him look rather haughty. He put his trust only in money, renown, and rank. He loved only the iron and steel that had revolutionized so many industries. Oh, we got ourselves a young Rockefeller over here, huh? He had not the slightest bit of love or care for other people. Certainly not a Carnegie. At the very least, that is what I believed at the time. Itch. Sorry. Take a look around the room, master. Jacopo had remodeled it into a recreation area. The billiards table sat in the center of the room, and the downward-facing lights hanging from the ceiling were special made. The lights shone upon the dark green stand like a stage, cigars and bourbon-lined glass cases installed in place of bookshelves. The cases were always fully stocked, their contents available to partake of readily. At that particular moment, as he had many times before, Jacopo had invited several friends and acquaintances, and they were entertaining themselves. His wealthy, high-ranking acquaintances had a variety of hair colors, from polished brass to the brown of a baby robin, to the color of sunburnt wheat. There was also much greater variation in skin tone compared to the visitors and residents of previous eras. The house finally became a little more diversified, but that was hardly any surprise, for the mansion sat upon land inhabited largely by immigrants, the New World. Ah. Jacopo's acquaintance. What's the matter? What are you looking at? What are you looking at? I gave them all that voice. Nothing, I just heard my name. I just thought I heard someone say my name. Ain't no one there, unless you're seeing a ghost. I don't believe in such nonsense. It's an old house with a long history. Wouldn't be surprised if it had a ghost or two. But if the place is gonna be haunted, I'd take a princess over a bloody broad any day. Oh god, I cannot keep up like a mafia accent. It just devolves into like, I don't know, becomes Australian for some reason. I'm not sure what's wrong with me. A princess, eh? And when she showed up, you'd have your way with this ghost lady, am I right? Gotta let me impress, son. You'd jump her bones, and she don't even gotta need a jump. Come on now, that's hardly fair. Not much you can even do with a ghost. Alright. Well, let's settle this down. My God, are you men or children? We'll answer that next time on Hooky Hour. And hopefully I'll have found a voice for Jacopo. If he's gonna be our protagonist for this part, I might as well do him some justice and see what I can come up with. Nonetheless, thank you all for watching. As always, like, comment, and subscribe, because God knows I am the worst at reminding people to do that. Anyways, thank you all. Take care. Bye.